Hey Flosstube, this is Jordan, the tattooed stitcher. It has been a long time since my last update. So I figured this one will be like a WIP parade, so you can see kind of where I'm at with projects I've gotten rid of, projects I've started, because the pile here is almost unrecognizable to what it used to be. I'm also in a different location, but I will address that at the end of the video. I'll do like live updates at the end in case you want to peace out after the stitchy stuff. So we'll just dive right in to my humongous pile of WIPs. We'll start with one of my more recent starts. It is a Nora Corbett, the Christmas Eve Courier's Prancer. I've stitched one other of these reindeer and I plan to only stitch two, and I have the sleigh. It's stitched on 32 count Luna by Color and Cotton. And they stitch up so fast. I love stitching these little things. It feels like such a satisfying, quick, but lovely finish. Another WIP is Lavender and Lace, Isabella's Garden. I'm stitching this on Color and Cotton Spring Morning, 32 count Lugana. I hope these aren't backwards when I'm showing them. If they are, I'll just have to learn to read backwards, I guess. I'm gonna make a mess of all these things too. And that's where I am with that one. She's got quite a hefty dress, but I've touched all the colors except for the white and some skin. I got like a million Clay by Kim's on here. I'm not exactly sure why. Just feeling like looking at something pretty that day, I guess. Oh, I'm gonna make, it's okay, it's all right. Some of these I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, forgot. Like, what the heck is this? Oh, and so in the last year, I have been stitching from an iPad. So a lot of these patterns, I do not have like a physical copy of a cover photo. So I'll try to pull them up on my iPad so you can see what the heck I'm stitching. So this one is Peter Pan Fairytale Storybook from Soda Stitch, and it'll look like that when it's finished. That's gonna work out well. Okay. And I'm stitching it on, I think this is just a 32 count Lugana in like cream or something like that. And that's where I am so far. I have a bunch of these little Fairytale cubes, squares, that I'd like to stitch and put in my kids' like little play area. Dreams to, if I'll ever finish that many, we'll see. Sorry, my chair is really creaky too. This one is a WIP I've had for a while. I'm pretty sure I've shown it on here. It's another Soda Stitch. It's called Fairy Village. That's what it'll look like when it's finished. It's so dang cute. So cute. And I haven't touched it for a while. It's stitched on 32 count Zweigart. It's the blue one that's like printed. I can't remember what it's called, but that's where I am with that one. Just started in the middle, so working my way over, and I'm really frustrated. For some reason, I thought this was the end, like the full side, and it's not. So I ended all these threads, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 2 more stitches of this color. Like I could have just finished it, but apparently I wasn't paying enough attention when I was stitching it. Another reason I've gone from stitching on paper patterns to on the iPad, because it's easier to just swipe through them versus having a million sheets of a pattern. Super annoying. Some of these I don't know if you've seen. I'm just gonna go through all of them like you've never seen them. How about that? This is Mirabilia Fairytale. I started her for Rocio's birthday. It might have been last year, might have been the year before. Timelines. My brain is mush at this point. And this is being stitched on 32 count Serene by Picture This Plus. And I think I touched it a couple months ago. The fabric is huge. That's where I am on her. I'm not doing the skin 1/1 because I do not enjoy it. I think it looks amazing, but I do not enjoy it. This yellow dress is really hard to get through. This is all one color. All this is solid, this like pale yellow, hence why I've been avoiding it. And the potted plants around the outsides, she got like potted plants around her, are super confetti heavy, and it's the yellow dress and the confetti is why I keep putting it down. And oops, backwards. I jumped from her arm to her face here because all of this is like a sleeve on her dress and it's pure Krynic. It's all like 2 different colors of Krynic, these 2 colors of Krynic. And also do not like stitching with Krynic, so I just skipped that part. Kept moving forward. I'll get back to her someday, I'm sure. She's a beautiful pattern. I would love to have her framed and in my bedroom at some point. She's like sitting on a bed. It seems appropriate. This is a pattern by she's either Russian or Ukrainian. Ooh, I don't know if I have, I got it on Etsy, so I don't know that I want to spend all the time looking for the cover photo. My iPad is not cooperating. Okay, I don't know that I'm gonna go through and look for that. But it's, I'm sure you've seen them. They're like the little animals in the knitted sweaters holding like cups of cocoa. And this one is the fox, and it's being stitched on something 32 count basic Zweigart. I don't remember the color. Colonial blue, or I don't know. But that's where I am with him. Started in the middle. There's like tons of back stitch, and I just got to his face, and it's so cute. I haven't looked at this one in so long. They're adorable. And so that's that one. Oops. I think it's just called Fox with Cup. Sweater Fox with Cup or something. This one is, okay, this one has a little bit of story. I'm pretty sure it's a bootleg pattern. I got it on eBay, like a PDF on eBay. And I don't know that I'm gonna have a picture of it at all. I don't even have my email on this iPad, and I'm filming on my phone. It's called Her Majesty's Carousel. Okay, so it'll look like this when it's done. Kind of a bad picture, but it's from the 90s, super like pastel 90s-esque colors. But I loved it, and I started it for my daughter's first birthday. But I had to like, some of the colors were not right in the PDF, and so I had to like kind of match them myself to like a cover photo I found online. Anyways, I'm stitching it on 32 count Joblin, just white, antique white Joblin. I started in the center of the center of the carousel. This is like a horse's saddle. So like very like pastel-y colors. It's gonna be so cute if I can ever finish it. I'm not, okay, you should know about me. I'm not like a finisher stitcher. If I get finishes, like excellent, awesome, great. But I don't stitch for finishes. I stitch because I love kitting up. I love starting things. I love the process of stitching things. I watching the image come to life on the fabric. I love that. That's what keeps me stitching, not getting finishes and things like hung up in my house. So yeah. What is this? Oh, this is a more recent start. And I don't have the pattern. I have the pattern, but it's not in this bag. But it is one of Nora Corbett. Is she Nora Corbett or Mirabilia? I think she's a Nora Corbett. Yes, Moonglow. So I have both of these ladies, but I just started Moonglow. And I'm stitching her on 32 count Banshee by Fabrics by Stephanie. Where's up? And I'm gonna stitch the other one because there was the other one. I can't remember what she's called. I have that other one. And I'm gonna stitch them both on this fabric. That's where I am with her. So this is like her hair and some of the flowers around her. And this is the start of the blanket. This thread, like that is one thread, all of that. What is it called? It is so pretty. I love it so much. By clip. Right here. Could you die? How do they do that? Hot peppers, Karen water lilies. It's probably one of my favorite silks I've ever seen now. We're getting through these okay. I do not remember what all these patterns are called. I thought this was called something. Spring Fever Sampler by Cooler Designs. Oh geez, it looks like this. These Cooler Design pictures, like, they do not do these patterns justice. They're so bright. Like, look at those colors. There's a lot of threads for this one. I'm stitching this on 40 count Color and Cotton raw muslin. And I don't have a very big start on this. I started in the middle, so with the little center bird motif. And I'm that far. Tiny little baby start. But it's 40 count, so I feel like it probably took me all day. In between stopping, helping children with things. Probably took me all day to do that. I just tore the little zipper thing off my bag. Oops. Okay, this is a Dimensions kit. Super old one. Elegant kimono. I saw Luda stitching this a while ago. This is being stitched on 32 count. Just like a, I don't even know, like a cream ivory, maybe ivory. Lugana, Joblin, Lugana probably. And that's how far I am. I haven't touched this one for quite a while. I don't know why, because the colors are so bright. But I hated the threads that came with this kit. They were all trashy and old and they were like breaking. So I converted it to DMC colors. And when I compare the DMC colors to like the Dimensions kit colors, the DMC ones are a bit richer. So it might end up like looking slightly different than the original, but I don't think it will really make it much of a difference. This is an old WIP, so you've probably seen this one before. Olga's Autumn Stocking. I don't know why I can't just stitch on this one. I don't know what's keeping me from it. I did my own like color thread conversion with threads I had, and some of them aren't meshing very well, so I need to like go through my box and change them, and I'm sure that's it. But like I'm so far on it, and it's so freaking cute. I just need to do it. But I have the attention span of a child or something. I don't know. I can't focus on anything. Oh, and it's being stitched on 36 count sand by Picture This Plus. So like these leaves, I added this green because I don't think there's even a green in the treat. There's like a brownish green, but I wanted to have a little bit more green. And then this moon, in the picture, the definition between the two colors is better, but I don't know, my color conversion is not like that great, but it's still cute. Part of me, probably the reason I'm not touching this one is because I have no idea how to turn it into the stocking. So that's a problem for future Jordan. There are people outside my front window right now, and I hope they're not watching me talk to myself. Okay, this is Mirabilia Eliana, Princess Eliana. And I'm stitching her on 32 count Iced Grapes Joblin by Leslie, Under the Sea. And I am pretty far on this one. I'm over halfway. Her skin is not 1/1. There's no beading. Oh my gosh, look at those colors. This purple is really hard to get accurate. That's pretty accurate. It's a little bit darker than that still. But I'm just over halfway. There's still a crap load of dress left. But she's so pretty. I love that little underskirt, the white, like frilly looking underskirt. Oh, she's so pretty. I do love her. Every time I see her, I'm like, ah, I gotta get that out. Don't we say that with all of these in the WIP parades? It's just known, right? We want to touch everything. Another Mirabilia. This is Ophelia. You've seen her. I did Dune's one of his face conversions for her, because I was not a fan of her like bloody choker, like I don't know. I wasn't a fan of her original face. It was too awkward. But Dune's was so soft and so pretty, and it's absolutely amazing. Oh, what am I stitching it on? 32 count. I don't even have a tag in here. I want to say it's called Sea Spray by Seraphim Fabrics. So I wanted it to kind of look like dirty pond water, right? So this is where she's at. I got all of her face and hair done. Most of her hair, I think. And then just working on that another big giant yellow dress that's killing me. But that's one of Dune's faces, and isn't it just so much more lovely? Oh, she's so pretty. Let's see, that's pretty accurate for the fabric. Oh, she's so pretty. I love her. Again, no 1/1 skin. You're not gonna find any of that here. Did it, tried it, done it, never again. I commend all of you who do it for everyone, and some of those have so much skin. Oh, oh my gosh, another Mirabilia. This is Muka. I think I started her, I can't remember. I know I kitted her up for my birthday, but I don't think I actually started her on my birthday last year. And she has a massive piece of fabric because I'm too scared to cut it. And it is 32 count linen gray sand from XJU Designs on Etsy. I'm still a little undecided on my fabric choice. That's probably why I haven't picked it up. Oh my gosh, this fabric is so big. So I just started in the corner frame, moved down the chandelier, and that orange is her weird cone hair. So yeah, I'm kind of undecided on this fabric still. She's stitched on like a green, and this is pretty grayish. What do y'all think? I'm not that far into it, so if the consensus is bad, then it wouldn't be too big of a deal to switch to something else. But let me know what you think. This is a more recent start. It's another Dimensions kit. Well, Sunset kit. Isn't Sunset Dimensions? Yeah. Butterfly and Clematis. I don't know why I liked this one so much when I saw it. I just really did. And I'm using the kit threads. But I switched it to, what is this? What am I stitching it on? There's no tag in here? Of course not. Why? Why would I leave a tag in here? I do not remember what this fabric is. It's a hand dyed. I think it's from Color and Cotton, and I chose it because it's hand dyed, but you can't tell. There's like, the modeling is so minimal. And so that's my little start on it. I just started, where did I start? I'm assuming the middle. That's where I am with that one. I started this, got that far, put it away, and I haven't touched it since. Story of my life. It's okay. It's okay. Who's gonna want my stitching stuff after I die anyways if I don't stitch it? Nobody. Might as well stitch it. This is a soda stitch I've had for quite a while. You've probably seen it. A Legend of the Blue Sea. I started her forever ago. She's on 32 count opal linen called Sorbet by Bestitch Me. I'm so close. It's just like big blocks of color right now versus anything like interesting. Oh, I left a thread on here. That's where she is right now. I touched it not that long ago, and I finished her tail fins and the shell around her, and I've been filling in all this shell in here, and there's like more shell up here. There's, I mean, it's like, I think I'm getting closer and closer. But then you look at the picture and like, oh, I've got a lot to go still. It's small. It's deceiving because it's small. I have all the threads in this little pouch from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. Like a little bobbin holder. It's got a little zipper. Super cute. This is another Dimensions kit. I can't remember what it's called because I cut off the thing. I think it's called Arctic Friends, and it'll look like that. I loved that fuzzy looking underwater polar bear so much. That's what made me buy this, was the polar bear. I'm stitching it on 28 count. I do have a tag in here. Whimsical Winter Joblin by Leslie, Under the Sea. Whimsical Winter. And I'm using the kit floss. This fabric is so pretty. Is it not perfect for like Arctic? Oh, love it. That's where I am with that one. Oh my gosh, look at his little face. His little face. Oh my gosh. He looks like my dog. Oh, I love it. I love the colors. I love it. Blue is my favorite color, so anytime I can stitch a lot of blue or purple, I'm happy. God, this pile. Another Mira. This got all moved. Shocker. This one I started for my 5-year-old daughter for her birthday earlier this spring. Aphrodite Mermaid. I have had this one kitted up for at least 3 years. At least. No, probably 3 years. With everything. And I let my daughter pick the fabric. Ooh, and I also converted her Krynics to treasure braid because I ain't playing with Krynic. Not doing it. And my daughter picked a 32 count opalescent linen called Gaia by Bestitch Me. It's been a while since I touched this one too. Oh wow, hey, I'm kind of got some good progress on it. Oh, look at the skin colors. Like, the skin is so beautifully charted that I just don't think it's necessary for 1/1. I mean, every way is beautiful. I don't care how you do it, but like, if you are holding off on doing a Mira because you think you have to do 1/1 skin, you do not have to. Look how pretty that is. The shading and the contour, all without it. Doesn't need it. Oh, I love this one. And this fabric is so, so yummy. Oh, I love it. I might have to do another video where I show things that I have fully kitted up. Or if this video doesn't go crazy long, I could do it because I have another piece of Gaia. It's 40 count Verdal linen. Kitted up for another project, and it'd just be interesting to show the difference between the opal linen and like if this one's not opal, it's just like regular for this other kit. And I had to get a huge piece because the big piece I'm doing on it. Okay. This is the Cricut Collection 3 Gables. Creepy little haunted house with the cutest little buttons. And I am doing the, oh, it calls for DMC. That's a lot of DMC. But it also has a few specialty threads. And I can't remember if these are the called for or if they're just from my stash that I converted. Can't remember. It might be called for. I have quite a few. And this is being stitched on, I believe it's the called for, like a 30 count straw, Weeks Dye Works straw. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is. And that's how far I am. The variegation is so pretty. I started this last fall and haven't touched it since. But I don't usually like to stitch outside of the seasons. Like, I can't stitch Halloween all year long or Christmas any other time but around Christmas. I don't enjoy it. So I have a lot of Halloween patterns because I like to stitch Halloween around Halloween and in fall, and that's it. Okay, this is Napping Kitten. This one is the one I started for my son. It's a Dimensions Gold Petite. He loves it. Every time he sees me stitching on it, he gets overcome with joy. If you know him, you know that is exactly how to describe his reactions to things like this. And I swapped out the fabric for a 32 count white Joblin because first of all, the Ada that comes in these petites is so small. Like they give you a 1/2 inch margin. You can't even put that in a hoop, and I'm not messing with that. And I don't enjoy stitching on Dimensions Ada. It feels really tough and crunchy, and it makes my wrist and fingers really sore. So I just usually swap out the fabric. And that's how far I am with that one. Bernadette from Burn Stitches just finished hers. And it's so cute. It makes me want to pull this back out and get going on it. But it's a springtime pattern, and we're leaving spring, heading into late summer, fall, and my heart's not in it. Maybe around his birthday. His birthday's in December. Maybe I'll pull it out, stitch on it around his birthday. This is a really old WIP. I've had it for a long time. I know you've seen it. The Spirit of Christmas. I'm stitching it on 32 count Dwarf by Picture This Plus. Got Kreinik unspooling everywhere in the bag. And I can't remember the last time I touched it. I'm pretty sure it was December last year. Oh, wait, is that supposed to be like that? Okay, we're good, it's okay. It's supposed to be that way. I think the last time I stitched it, I did more of his white sleeve and more of this like greenery in the ribbon. It's so pretty when I show it, and when I see it, I love it. It's so pretty, but this white is a beast. Like, look at that. There are like 3 colors of white in that, and I still have another one to go. Is that really necessary? Why can't you just use a variegated white? And that's where I am right here, is his beard, more white. Down here at the bottom of his coat, more white. That's why this project is pretty stagnant and slow moving. It'll get done someday. Someday when I'm old and gray. What is in here? Oh, this one's really close to a finish, but for some reason I cannot bring myself to touch it. Long Dog Samplers Quaker's Dozen. I'm stitching this on 40 count Platinum Belfast in DMC 08. Because I copied Jenny, the Long Dog Stitcher. And I'm pretty far on this. I have 4 motifs left. I pulled this out not that long ago, actually, like a couple weeks ago, and I started doing all these little like surroundings, and I was filling in more of these letters. But I don't know, I'm just like, in the summer and the spring, I want bright colors and vibrant things, and I don't get a lot of stitching time anymore these days. And when I do, I want to stitch on something that makes me happy and that I want to stitch on so badly that I'll sacrifice my very little free time to stitch it. Last WIP in this bucket is Blackbird Designs Away We Ride. I started this on Halloween last year. I did my own thread conversion, but it was dark when I was doing it. And when I look at them in the daytime, I'm not too convinced. So it's on pause until I make a decision, but it's on the most buttery, soft, creamy linen I have ever stitched on. It's 40 count Cafe Latte. I don't have the tag. By Xjude Designs. And there's my little star. I stitched on this probably 3 weeks ago, and I did this crow and this chimney and this bottom of this crow, and I started filling in right here. But it's the oranges in the banner that are throwing me off. The one I chose is kind of meh. And I saw somebody stitching this on a YouTube. I don't remember who. Okay, I remember her channel, but I can't remember her name or her channel's name. Sarah's Stitching Spot. Look at me. I'm pretty sure, if I'm wrong, sorry. She was stitching that, but she did the thread pack from the silks, Vicky Clayton silks. And they're so much more vibrant and they're so pretty and made me rethink mine. Oh, here's my current WIP that I have been working on pretty monotonously for the last month. And I really want to finish it this week because the new Dark Queen of the Forest Sal from Autumn Lane Stitchery and Under the Sea starts on the 1st. So I want to have this done so that I can have like a full Labor Day weekend to dedicate to the part that releases on the 1st for the Dark Queen. And I think I can do it. There's not that much left. But it's a Soda Stitch. The Soda Stitch Little Halloween Girl. I think it's called Special Day. I love Soda Stitch, guys. And it's stitched on 32 count. I think this is called Luna from Under the Sea. And she's kind of hidden in the top. I got the top done. I didn't do this banner, the Halloween banner, because I don't need it to tell me Halloween. I know it's Halloween. So I didn't do that part, but I did all the rest, and she's totally 100% finished all the way to about here. And then I've done this back stitching on the side. So I just got to finish the little pumpkin face and the little mushrooms that are right here on the side, and then finish the back stitching, and she'll be done. Like, look at this fabric. I need 80 yards, thanks. I believe it was a fabric of the month club from a couple months ago. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Run, go do a Soda Stitch. It'll just bring you so much happiness. Okay. That box is empty, but I'm pretty sure, oh yes, I have another, I have two, I think, is this, oh geez, I have 2 more WIPs, forgot about. This is Titania, Queen of the Fairies. She's being stitched on, this is an experiment. Okay, this is an experiment. Angela Stitches is a YouTuber and Instagrammer, and she stitches a lot of Mirabilias on 40 count fabric. And I'm just so intrigued. I really, really, really wanted to try stitching one on 40 count. So I had to swap the Krynic for Treasure Braid because Treasure Braid is thinner, but I'm still struggling stitching with the Treasure Braid on 40 count. I'm gonna push through because wait until you see her. She's being stitched on 40 count Peach Tea by Seraphim. Oh, every time I see her, she's so pretty. And so she's on 40 count, remember. And this is what I have so far. Like, could you die? You can stitch mirrors on 40 count, people. You can. When it comes to the beads, I am gonna have to convert any kind of seed bead to a petite bead. And even then the beads might be a struggle. If I have to switch the beads to like a sparkly Krynic, I will. I don't care. Because look at that face. Look at that skin and those pinks. On this peach colored fabric, oh, you can't see the modeling very good. Oh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. I started this with my friend Amy. She started Adia, the yellow fairy. But I'd like to stitch Midsummer Night's Fairy, the blue fairy, on 40 count as well, because I feel like they're like sister patterns. And I have a few options that I got to possibly stitch her on. That one's a little too green. This one is really nice. It's a Seraphim 40 count called Stonewashed. I thought would look really nice for a blue woodsy fairy. Shut up, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh. I also got this one from Seraphim, which is called Seraphina. These are all like my options. If you guys have not, sorry, I'm smelling my fabric. If you guys have not gotten a Seraphim fabric, what are you even doing? What are you even doing? Another option is Sea Spray. Now I don't think that one for Ophelia is called Sea Spray. But as to what it is called, don't know. This is Sea Spray. Oh. Like stitching Queen Mermaid on here. Stitch her on 40 counts. You can avoid buying $150 worth of treasures. There's an idea. Anyways, sidetracked. Last WIP. Last WIP. Oh my gosh, 40 minutes to get through all my WIPs. Oops, forgot to put that away. This is, oh, do I have a picture of this one? This is called Spring Cat Sampler. I think it's by, do I even have a cover photo? Oh, I do. Oops. Spring Cat Sampler. Janlin. It's a Janlin kit. Again, the colors are less than, you know, impressive. But when you, and this is in DMC, I converted it to DMC. But look at these colors. It's so bright. You would not get that from the cover photo. And I'm stitching it on a 32 count, just antique white Joblin. And that's where I am so far with it. So I've gone up the little like gazebo ladder. Look at those cute little butterflies. And I started in the middle. These are the flowers in the middle. Like, look how bright. So cute. Spring cat sampler. I started that this spring, obviously. And I have all the seasons cat samplers. And I plan to stitch all of them when their season comes about. But I missed summer. There's a chance I could still make autumn though. I'll tell you what autumn looks like. Is it fall? Might be fall. Where is it? It might be on my phone and not on this. The app I'm stitching from, if you are curious, is Goodreader on Apple, or if you have an Apple, not an Android, because I don't have an Android, so I can't do Pattern Keeper. So I just do Goodreader, and like, for example, we'll hold it far back. So like, here's my pattern I'm stitching on. I just highlight with my little pencil, highlight as I go. So it's just like basically a paper pattern on a computer, and it's amazing. I will never stitch from paper again, never. I just like take a picture of my pattern, put it in it, upload it as a PDF into Goodreader, and can highlight and stitch away, and it's excellent. Okay, 43 minutes. We did all my WIPs. I don't have, yeah. Oh my gosh, I thought that would take way longer. Well, so I'll just end that with my stitching stuff. That's all my WIPs. Thanks for coming and checking them out. I hope to be more regular now that kids are back in school and the baby takes a nap, and I can actually have a little bit of quiet time to film these with the house quiet. So yeah, we'll just leave this one up there. And if you are interested in any of my life updates, I'll do those now. If not, thanks for stopping by. Come again later. So life stuff. New location, squeaky chair, sorry. We sold our house this year in June. Nope, we sold it in like technically April, but we didn't close on it until May. And so from like March to beginning of July this year was pure life chaos. It was honestly a really terrible time. mentally for me, and my dog didn't take the stress of all of the moving and everything well, and he passed from an unknown heart condition in March. And so dog that I've had for 11 years passing, combined with selling our first house where we brought all of our babies to, and trying to find another house in this insane market. Like, it was a lot. Honestly, it was really, 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 really horrible time for me. And I did not cope with it very well. But in the end, we are here in our new house. It's beautiful. It's got the space we need. We had to change school districts. We stayed in our same city, but we had to change school districts. So trying to get all my son's special education plans and everything moved over was not as smooth as I had hoped, but they started today and we're feeling hopeful. I think he's gonna have a great year this year. And my daughter started kindergarten today. So it's really weird. It's weird. I'm all alone in the house. She turned 1 in July, and so she's sleeping, but so it's just me and the baby, and it's really strange. But I'm hoping that means I can have a little bit more free time and yeah, feel more like a human who has a name other than mom sometimes. But yeah, so really that was just it. I didn't get a whole lot of stitching between those months. It's like my brain just couldn't even function long enough to do a simple cross. You would think it would be opposite, that I want to escape into it more because it is so mindless, but I was just paralyzed. And it's really amazing what your brain can do to your body when it's under so much stress, like how it can make you so physically ill, or I was sick a lot and weird symptoms happening. Like, I couldn't use my hands for like 2 straight weeks. My joints in my body were frozen and it was really weird. And I'm finally starting to get to the point where I feel more like a normal person again, but there are still weird after effects of those months of pure constant stress that I'm still dealing with. It's crazy. It's truly crazy. It's my birthday this weekend, so I'm really excited that the Dark Queen is coming out so I can have a new, fresh, fun stitch along to start for my birthday. And it's also opening hunting season. Does this sound familiar? I feel like every time it's nearing hunting season is when I film a video. Nearing hunting season also starts this weekend. So my husband, sweet man that he is, bought me a big giant TV to go in our bedroom so I can stitch up there, watch TV up there in our cozy bed when he'll be gone quite often for the weekends. So that's fun. So I was supposed to go to StitchCon this year, but with all the house stuff and my weird mentally fabricated illnesses, we ended up closing on our new house the day I would have been leaving for StitchCon. So I could not make it. Like, my name was on all the little signs and everything, and I even have my sweet friend brought me back the tote so I can pretend I went to StitchCon, but I did not. And I was super bummed to have missed that. It looked like so much fun. So I didn't go to that, but I am going to Stitch West. I go to Stitch West every year. It's like a tradition at this point. I have to go. It's so close to me. The people are so much fun. I just have the best time. Last year I completely lost my voice. So I'm really hoping that that doesn't happen again, because that was terrible. So yeah, that's got Stitch West in the works for October. Let me know if you're going in the comments. I'd love to know who's all going and see some new faces and some old faces, and it'll be a great time. I got some new tattoos recently. I've gotten this big Medusa piece, and then, oh, this is gonna be really hard. A few weeks ago, I got this scary witch lady and this moth down here at the end of her. So continuing to work on my sleeve. I have a few more appointments coming up this year to fill in like gaps and do some more gap filling in. But the big pieces are done and they were ouchy, but worth it, I think. I've been reading a ton of books. I read a lot on Kindle Unlimited. It's like $10 and you get so many books. So I've been reading a lot on there. And the new Game of Thrones show just started. If you're into that, House of the Dragon, we're only 2 episodes in, but so far it feels promising. I'm very much looking forward to it. And this weekend, the new Lord of the Rings show starts on Prime, if you have Amazon Prime. And I'm very excited for that one too. And otherwise, I don't really have a whole lot else to say. We've been finishing our basement. Our house came with a main floor and an upstairs and an unfinished basement. So we've been finishing the basement ourselves, and we are starting the mudding and taping and texturing process, and I never want to do it again. It is not fun to me. If you enjoy doing stuff like that, like come on, I'll pay you in food. Let's get it done, because goodness, I do not like it. I do not like it at all. It is messy. I don't have the patience for the tediousness of it to make it look perfect. Which is funny that I don't have the patience to do that, but I have the patience to do like a billion X's at a time. I don't know how the way my brain works, but so we'll leave it at that. Thanks for stopping in. I'm glad I was able to do a little film. This will probably be my longest video to date, but I hope to come back in a month and keep being more regular. If I have too much to show after a month, I might do them every 3 weeks or so. We'll just calm down. We'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But thanks for stopping in. And I hope you'll come back next time.